do you make of what he is saying now, saying he is going to be protecting reproductive freedom,
first off,
legalizing abortion?
I voted on the law. You didn't. It does not codify Roe. It goes far beyond what Roe says.
Welcome back to the DeVory Darkins Show. In this video, we're going to be talking about this interview that Senator Tom Cotton did with ABC. I've done videos about Senator Tom Cotton. He's absolutely great at doing interviews. I like how he articulates the points, and I think you will enjoy this video as well, because you're going to see again why ABC is disrespectful with the way that they ask questions. They're looking to get clicks. It's like they're looking to get a rise out of somebody. Unfortunately for this ABC host, Tom Cotton is not having it, and he brings the receipts. Let's take a look.
And there was a report in Politico that Trump now knows that he has to change things up, or that he could lose. You talked to him. I mean, what's your sense? Do you need a change in direction?
Well, President Trump and his campaign has known all along, and they've said all along, that this race is going to be a close race.
Actually, he said it would be a landslide, just to be clear. He said he was going to win in a landslide.
But look, we know the race will probably come down to a few 100,000 votes in a few states. President Trump has been campaigning hard and vigorously now for months. Obviously, that's going to increase in its pace as we get closer to the election. And President Trump is going to draw a sharp contrast with Kamala Harris, who has supported things like decriminalizing illegal immigration, or giving taxpayer-funded health insurance to illegal aliens, or taking away health insurance on the job for 170 million Americans, banning gas cars, confiscating firearms.
These are all what do you mean taking away health insurance? What are you talking about?
She said when she ran for president that she wants to eliminate private health insurance on the job for 170 million Americans, John.
Yeah, I mean that is not her position now.
How do you know that's not her position? How do you know that's not her position?
I mean, she says she no longer supports Medicare for all.
She has not said that. Okay. Maybe anonymous aides on a Friday night have said that, but the last thing that she said on
this was not a radical.
No. Let's stop. Okay, she has not come out publicly with her own mouth and said she does not want to ban fracking. She does not want to do this. She does not want to do that. She has not done that yet. Let's keep it real. ABC, they can't keep it real because they're not going to hold her party or the Democratic Party accountable. They won't push back on them, but they will push back on Republicans. They will push back on Trump, because that network in particular, they do have Trump derangement syndrome. There's no question about it. Just keep listening and you're going to find why Trump hates this organization so bad, because they can't ask an honest question from a place of good faith. They want to ask questions that are automatically disingenuous and does not hold the same standard for Kamala Harris. So let's just get that straight.
I mean, she as you heard me go through with Bernie Sanders, she is not taking the positions of the far left of her party. She's clearly making an effort to move to the middle.
Guys, did you not see her economic policy? Okay. Her economic policy, price controls, that is a far left thing to do. Far left people in the government, what do they want to do? They want to control the market. Republicans don't want to control the market. They want to minimize government. This is how disingenuous they are. They think we're that stupid. Okay? It's funny. If she wasn't so far left, then why is Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren going out on TV and sticking up for her policies? Why is that?
I did hear what you said to Senator Sanders, and I thought it was clear that he's very disappointed that she's taking these efforts not to change her positions, but to hide her positions, John. The American people are totally justified to conclude that Kamala Harris is a dangerous San Francisco liberal based on what she campaigned on the last time she ran for president and what this administration has done for the last 4 years. Again, you would have thought watching the Democratic convention last week that the Democrats are not in office, that they're not in power, that they're campaigning against an incumbent Republican, when in reality, she's been part of the failures of the Biden-Harris administration for 4 years. And when she campaigned for president in her own right, she did in fact promise things like decriminalizing illegal immigration and taking away health insurance.
But that's his position she's clearly changed on, and she has said she has changed. Yes, she has.
No, she has not. John, she has not said that. She's not. You pointed out, Senator Sanders, repeatedly things that her campaign has said. Anonymous aides speaking on background to reporters, has said, well, she no longer believes these things. Okay, maybe she has changed her position on things like taking away your health insurance and confiscating your gun. If she has changed her position, she owes it to the American people to come out and say in her own words when she changed and why she changed. That's one reason why she needs to address the American people and speak to these questions.
This is exactly the message that the Trump campaigns need to continue to push. They need to continue to bring up what she was campaigning on back in 2020 because she's yet to come out and say otherwise, right? So capitalize on the fact that she has not defined what she stands for, what exact policies she wants to implement, where is she at on fracking, where is she at on immigration, like clearly articulate those things because you have a record that is opposite of what you're saying today or what your campaign is saying today. So I think Senator Tom Cotton is dead on about that and push back on the media and get them to say, hey, she hasn't said that. People in her campaign said it, but that's not her technically saying it. She needs to say it. We don't have this problem when it comes to Trump. He's going to go out and say exactly what he wants. We know where he stands. But unfortunately for her campaign, people don't know where she stands.
Because the only basis they have to conclude what she will be like as president is what she's done for 4 years in this administration and what she said in her own voice in the last campaign. Remember, these are not like college essays, John. This is what she said when she was campaigning for president as a 54-year-old woman. If she's had such a radical change of heart in the last 5 years, she owes the American people answers.
I'm asking you about Donald Trump, though.
So first off,
you have a solid pro-life record for as long as you've been in public office. What do you make of what he is saying now, saying he is going to be protecting reproductive freedom, and then he could even support a constitutional amendment in Florida,
first off,
legalizing abortion?
I voted on the law. You didn't. It does not codify Roe. It goes far beyond what Roe says. It would provide taxpayer funding for abortion up to the moment of birth. Donald Trump has been consistent. He said that Roe v. Wade was wrongly decided. Before Roe v. Wade, this question was largely regulated by the states. Now that Roe v. Wade has been reversed, it will be again largely regulated by the states. Kamala Harris is the one that proposes the radical national abortion law.
That's how it's done. That's a masterclass. He put him to sleep, pretty much. I mean, that's the thing I don't understand about these so-called journalists. It's like you invite someone onto a show to interview them. But what's really happening, they bring them onto the show to debate them. Who the hell are you? You're not another congressman. You're just a journalist. That doesn't make you any less, but it's not your expertise is not legislation and passing laws and what's actually in the bill, okay? That's Senator Tom Cotton's expertise. So when you're trying to debate him over those types of details, I just think it's a losing argument and it's an embarrassment to the actual news channel. That's not why they're there. Okay, they're there to ask the questions and report the facts, not debate. I just don't get it, why they move that way.
I also want to ask you something else that Trump had to say recently, is saying that the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is something presidents give out. I mean, Trump gave one to Devin Nunes, the former congressman, is the equivalent and much better than the Medal of Honor, which of course is the practically, as you know, as a combat veteran, sacred. I mean, it is the nation's highest military honor. I mean, what do you make of that?
John, it's totally taken out of context.
It's not taken out of context.
The point he was making is that he gives the Presidential Medal of Freedom, just like other presidents do, to civilians who have done important things for their nation, but who haven't sacrificed life and limb. And when you go to a Medal of Honor ceremony at the White House and you're presenting it to a soldier who's sacrificed his body, or to his parents, or to his children, or his spouse, that it is of a different order of magnitude. It's totally out of context. Donald Trump was
Do you agree that the Presidential Medal of Freedom is much better? Those are his words.
John.
Guys, I'm going to make this very clear for you. I served in the military. I don't know a soldier out there that I served with who's looking forward to getting the Medal of Honor. You either died in combat or you lost your legs or your arms. No one wants the Medal of Honor. Because if you get the Medal of Honor, that means the rest of your life isn't really looking good, okay? The Medal of Freedom, though, that is given by the president because you didn't have to sacrifice your life or your limbs, happens because you made a breakthrough or they're celebrating something in your career, some expertise or some accomplishment that you did that was great for the nation. Listen, they're both equivalent, but which one is preferred If I was the president of the United States, I'd prefer that I'm giving majority of these awards out on the side of Medal of Freedom, not the Medal of Honor. Because if I'm giving majority of them out on the Medal of Honor, then clearly I must be sending soldiers to die. Like, I don't understand why they can't exercise common sense on this, right? They don't want to read into the context. They just want to take what he says and use it as a story and a soundbite. So I want to wrap up this video. I want to share a couple of facts with you guys. Former President Trump does not want a national abortion ban. He said that time and time again. Former President Trump will continue to maintain low taxes. The current taxes that are in office right now are set to expire. If he's elected, he will maintain those. Kamala Harris is yet to come out publicly, use her own words to say exactly where she's at on the issues that she ran on back in 2020 as a presidential candidate. We know exactly where Trump stands on his policies because he was the president before. If he did it before, he'll do it again. So these are the facts. Now, whether people like them or they want to go around in circles with them, that's on them. That is the truth. So that's the problem with these people, especially these puppets on these news channels. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in pushing a narrative. They're interested in using their propaganda machine to make sure that someone like former President Trump does not make it back to the White House. And you must wonder, why do they hate this man so much? Because he's not a politician. He's not one of them. He cannot be controlled. He's not going to sell the American people out. And that is why George Bush does not like him. That's why Barack Obama does not like him. That's why Mitt Romney's of the world, they don't like him. Nikki Haley doesn't like him because he's not a politician. He's for the people, and they hate that. And that's my mindset. What's yours? What do you guys think about Senator Tom Cotton's performance? I think he absolutely went on this show, dismantled this ABC host. I don't even care to say his name because he's a complete joke. He doesn't want to ask an honest question. He doesn't push back on Democrats. I mean, this guy, he's just giving them softball questions, never a pushback whatsoever. So I don't have any sympathy for him. I want to hear what your thoughts are and more in the comment section below. Thank you for checking out the video today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay grateful, stay focused, stay true. Peace.